So, Columbus, 13 years of adventure, pranks, girls, lots of girls, um, and study, and just learning, God knows, all sorts of things that have just stayed with us our entire life. And in many ways, I think I am today the result of St. Columbus. Pranks, there were so many of them. I mean, we were all a bunch of pranksters. The ones I remember, there was this whole episode of the Playboy comics that Sachin Batra's dad had this great collection of. I mean, can you imagine bound Playboys, years of them, and Batra started bringing them to school, and Bhatia, Batra, me in Mascarenhas's class, putting them under our knees, on top of our knees, and just reading them. And then I think Batra dropped one of them when Maskey was walking by, and that was the end of the story. Obviously, we got caned. So that was one big one. Then there was Alok doing his nitric acid thing. Then I remember going and stealing food from the brothers' kitchen in the middle of an Ed Board meeting. And in order to do that, I climbed out of a window on a ledge that must have been, what, like first floor, high school or whatever, senior school, so that was at least 20 feet off the ground, walking the ledge along the side of the building to go and steal some cutlets. I mean, there has to be some impact of doing stuff like this that kind of stays with you all your life, right? You sometimes do crazy pranks. Well, that's one of the things Columbus did to me.
I live in the Silicon Valley. I've lived here for about 15, 16 years now. This is a place of innovators, of geeks, technologists, startup guys. And one thing you learn out here is that what this is a place of is people who had very diverse experiences and who use many, many, many different things and ideas and thoughts to create. And I realized that that's what Columbus did for me. As I start entering that phase of creation, I remember Columbus. I learned about art. What, fourth standard? We were talking about Cubism and Picasso. I learned tie and dye too, getting beaten up by the prof. Computers, nobody in the country had ever seen them. They drove me insane, in a nice way. Debating, quiz, sports, studying, you name it. What a wonderful ecosystem to just teach us what a beautiful place the world is and how many, 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 many things there are to learn and see. And I think that's what Columbus did, just made me curious, looking for adventures all the time. So if I was to put all of those 13 years in Columbus and everything it taught me and everything it made me, then what I'd say is a poem I learned in class. I know some of you will remember this. Somebody said it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied, maybe it couldn't, but I wouldn't be one to give up before I had tried. That's Columbus for me. Thank you, Columbus.